Hello and welcome to my video. My name is Marisa Aguirre and this is my oral presentation on the quality of character of being adaptable. So when you think of being adaptable, most people would assume it means something like you're never prepared for what could come because you'll just learn how to adapt to it in the moment. However, I feel that being adaptable actually means you're prepared for whatever comes your way, and it starts with your mental strength. When an unexpected event does happen, it usually can affect your emotions first and then your mental stability, throwing you for a loop versus the day-to-day, everyday tasks that you complete. Throughout this presentation, there will be a few Christian virtues that can be applied to adaptability because they demonstrate good character in a variety of situations from a coach or administrator standpoint. Adaptability is something I've been doing since I was a little girl. At 8 years old, I found out that my whole world was being turned upside down to leave everything and everyone I knew behind. We were moving to a totally different state with different weather, people, and places to go to. Although I remember feeling quite sad about all we were leaving behind, I also remember feeling quite excited for whatever new opportunities were coming because it was going to be such a different place than the one I had known. It was also a chance from God to start fresh and on a new path to opportunities I maybe would not have thought of for myself. This example provides a good foundation to my own experience of being adaptable from childhood to now as a coach in athletics. Mark said it best when he wrote, "Life is only 10% of what happens to us, 90% of how we react to it." There are constant opportunities to show just how well adapted you really are and what you make of each unique situation as it appears, in the good or bad. Whether a surprise comes from parents, players, or your peers, each day brings with it something new to test our true inner strength. These tests of being adaptable also bring out the genuine attitude that an individual chooses to reflect in light of the situation and the mental strength they have to stay poised in the midst of it all. A second example of being adaptable would be of Jesus during his ministry on earth and all of the places he traveled to, spreading the message of hope and salvation to those who needed it. He always had to adapt because there were those who wanted to persecute him, but he continued to keep going towards those who needed him the most. This is exactly what took place in Matthew 12:15 of the Bible, where it states, "Aware of this, Jesus withdrew from that place. A large crowd followed him, and he healed all who were ill. He warned them not to tell others about him." This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. "Here is my servant whom I have chosen, the one I love, in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him, and he will proclaim justice to the nations. He will not quarrel or cry out. No one will hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out, till he has brought justice through to victory. In his name the nations will put their hope." Through the life of Jesus, we can see that there was divine protection over him for the sake of mankind. But as a man on earth, he had to adapt as best as he could to continue his mission until his time was up. As a coach or administrator in athletics, there are endless examples of situations coming up where you have to adapt. One of the most common is the injury of an athlete. This can happen at any moment without warning, during practice, outside of practice, or during a competition. Each of these moments requires a different type of response from the coach, but through them all, it should be one of calm, cool, and collected. Although it is common and likely to happen at least once per season, a coach should be well prepared to handle their athlete with care and consideration until they are able to play again. Loving is a virtue here that goes along with adaptability because that is what a hurt athlete needs the most, especially from their coach. Another example in athletics where a coach should be adaptable is one of scheduling conflicts and travel. There are various departments to reach out to in order for a program to be successful, and the transportation department is one of those vital relationships a coach and administrator needs to have for the success of all their teams in the program. There have been many times when a van was needed for my own team going out of town, but the track team also needed all the vans available in the transportation barn that same day. In those moments, I've had my patience well tested. However, not all was lost. Even in the midst of those trials, the outcome would be better than I had even imagined when they would give us a nice, new, and very spacious van. Patience is a part of being adaptable because sometimes waiting is all there is to do, and as a virtue of Christianity, this shows the quality of a person's character. To end my presentation, there is a poem I found that depicts the ways we adapt to the things that take place in our world every day, within every area of our lives, whether as a means to escape or to cope with them. It has been shortened for time purposes, so here is Self-Help by Charles Bernstein. Home team suffers string of losses. Time to change loyalties. Quadruple bypass. Hold the bacon on that next cheeseburger. Poems tanking. After stormiest days, sun comes out from behind clouds or it used to. Marriage on rocks. Nothing like Coke. Election going the wrong direction. Kick off slippers. Take a deep breath. Be here now. Boss says your performance needs boost. A long hot bath smooths wrinkles. War toll tops 100,000. Get your mind off it. Switch to reality TV. Lake Tang Wu Chin chicken with lobster and sweet clam sauce still not served, and everyone else got their orders 20 minutes back. Savor the water, feast on the company. Subway floods and late for audition. Start being the author of your own performance. Take a walk. Slip on ice, break arm. In moments like this, the preciousness of life reveals itself. Thank you for watching my oral presentation on adaptability, and have a good day.